What is happening? Oh, we are back for another episode of the Nick and Alex Baseball Show, where the hosts are goofballs talking about a sport where the balls are goofed. My name is Nick Pollack, and I'm joined by the only one here with a sports Emmy, Alex Fast. Welcome, Alex.
I've had such a crazy long day with a bunch of other personal stuff, so I haven't really processed that. But before we get into that, I just love the notion of you at like 1 a.m. walking around your apartment being like, what's the line today? What am I going to do with goofed? How am I going to get goofed in here? So that's great. Sports Emmy. What a wild day.
Crazy. So well deserved for your amazing work with MLB VR. And it's just adding, of course, to your accolades, your star ascends, all of that. No surprise to any of us. We're like, oh, yeah, of course, Alex Fass has another award. I do want to give a shout out, of course, to our producer, Eric Mura, who is doing all these wonderful things with the Nick and Alex Baseball Show. And I will say, after last week, it was a fantastic first run. We can't thank all of you watching live on Twitch right now for being a part of it, because that's what this is a live show. We want you to feel like you're a part of it. And Alex and I talked after about what we want the show to be. And it's going to be a little bit different today. A little bit more fun, a little bit more live, and just the feeling of segments and just goofing around about baseball. I mean, look, every week I'm going to have a different pitcherless shirt. I've got Live Every Day Like It's Nola Day, the new revamped one. Of course, that's a new shirt, you bandwagoner. Oh my God.
Who do you think you get 3 guesses? Who's on the back of this shirt, Nick?
Okay, Eric Bedard.
No, great guess.
Sidney Ponson.
This is an Orioles jersey for those listening on the podcast right now.
The last one is between 2. I'm going to go with Brian Roberts or Manny Machado.
No, it is.
Wow, that is something more. Oh, Nick Markakis.
Nick Markakis.
The RK. All right, beautiful. Wow.
Nick Markakis.
It should be Adley Rutschman. That's right, Kyle.
I wore that one 2 days ago.
But anyway, so we've got a lot of things we're going to do. We're going to, of course, as promised, those of you watching via Twitch and are inside the chat, we are going to be giving away PL Plus, and it starts right now. And we're going to be showing you a image of a pitcherless player page. And you watching on Twitch, don't type it out before we show it. Don't type it out. Eric, whenever you're ready, just slap it on there. You are going to have to identify who this mystery pitcher is. Okay, here's their beautiful page. For those at home, is a 6.25 ERA and a 157 WHIP, but he's got a 28% K rate and he's got only a 6% walk rate. He's actually 11th in the majors in hard contact, allowed at 19%. He has a fastball around 94, 95. Think about who that could be. High ground ball rate, 66%. Save it. And then at the end of this show, we'll let you know when to put it into chat, and you'll be eligible to win a free month of PL Plus. So you got to watch this live 10 p.m., 11 p.m. every single Tuesday night at twitch.tv/pitcherlist. The Fast, what's first? What are we doing today?
Well, I think I got it. I'm not going to say it, obviously, but I think I got it. Before we have them guess, I want to guess too, because I don't know this one.
Okay,
I don't know
so
who this
later on.
is.
Later on.
Yeah, it's going to be later on. This is going to be later on. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first thing that we're going to dig into today is we're going to start a little out there.
Go out there.
We're going to start a billion things that we could talk about right now. So what are we going to do? We're going to have our producer, Eric, spin the wheel.
Yeah.
And he's going to let us know what we should be talking about first. What should we be talking about?
What is it,
first, Eric? Let us know.
You guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I'm going to need you guys to say something nice about the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh.
Say something nice about the Cincinnati
okay.
Reds.
All right.
Oof.
Not going well today, Tyler Molly again. Look, Hunter Green, I got to say, I appreciate the fact that he's changed what he's doing. Hunter Green comes in, he's like, oh, I've got this 100-mile-per-hour fastball. I'm just going to throw it as hard as I can and whatever. And it didn't go so well. So what does he do? He's now throwing more sliders than fastballs and having success with that. I think that's pretty cool for a guy realizing so quickly he has to change what he's doing, adapts, and is having success with it. I think that's awesome. Good stuff, Cincinnati Reds.
It's tough for me to so last year I got really amped on the Cincinnati Reds. They were my like March to October team in MLB The Show, even though they did me wrong. You remember when I went to their stadium for my bachelor party and I wanted to do was buy a Joey Votto jersey.
Right, and you couldn't do it.
They had to go to a warehouse, and I sent a tweet.
Joey
I was
Votto!
I'm at Great American Ballpark. There's no Joey Votto jerseys, and I went to the line, the front of the
What
line.
were they
Or I
selling?
didn't like cut the line. I like went to the, waited in line, and I was like, "You guys have any Joey Votto jerseys?" And the woman behind the counter was like, "Did you send that tweet?" And I was like, "Oh no!" Like, oh my god, I'm
Look at
so
you. My
sorry.
God. That
No,
is your
I'm
influence. You are an
well, no,
MLB
it's not. It's not
influencer,
my
Fast.
influence. They have a
Yeah.
social media team. No, they have a
Yeah.
social media team that
Yeah.
runs through. They went to a
Uh-huh.
warehouse. They got it. But I'll keep with Joey Votto. Joey Votto's walk-up music today was Jolene by Dolly
Of
Parton.
course it
And
is. It's amazing.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. I think he is just fantastic. Obviously, not having the season that people wanted to be having. He says he's going to be able to turn it around. I believe Joey Votto. I was going to go with Nick Lodolo because I think there's a lot of promise there, and I'm excited
Yeah,
for him to finally
but
come back from the
but
IL.
yeah, but when?
It's going
I
to take
don't
some
know.
time.
And it's very frustrating there. What jerseys were they selling instead of Joey Votto?
Man, I don't even remember. I just remember like thinking I was like in an episode of Punked, like where it's just like it would be like walking to Yankee Stadium and not having a Stanton or a Judge. Like
Yeah.
it just
Yeah,
didn't
that
make any
just
sense to me.
no, yeah. It's like the only person I can think of almost is like in 2017 or something, so or 18.
Yeah.
And who else was on that team? I don't know.
Yeah, this was
I
like pre Jonathan India. Like, yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah,
crazy.
way back then. I feel so old thinking of 2018 at this point. That was
I
pre-COVID.
I mean, I know
Okay,
I was only 40 back then.
your hair looks great, I gotta say. You
Cheers.
know, the Just for Men is working super well.
Oh my
So
god.
all right. So now we are both 34. Just to clear the air, people still say my middle name is Nicholas Peter Pollack, and it is not.
Mm-mm.
And just, sometimes the jokes go so far that people think it's real. Alex Fast is 3 weeks older than me. That is
Mm,
it. All right. We just had some wonderful birthdays. They were
we
great.
did.
And it feels old. It absolutely does. So as we continue with this, we're gonna go into our next segment. It's our thing of the week. And this is really an opportunity for each of us to really talk about the thing that we want to, right? It's not necessarily go on a tirade or a diatribe about something, just about, hey, I really wanted to bring this to the table and I wanted to talk to Alex about this, right? So I'm curious this week, what has really been on your mind, Fast?
I feel like a hypocrite. That's it.
Ah, oh, okay. Well, you know
Hey,
what?
have a good
I
to see you,
think you're
Nick.
great. Okay.
Thanks. I understand that one of the biggest things that the sport has going against it is how long it takes a prospect to reach the big stage, right?
Yeah.
The reason why the MLB draft is never going to be as big as any other sports draft is because you need to wait, like, on average, probably 2 or 3 years at the least before you're going to be seeing a top prospect come to the bigs, right?
Right. Yep.
With that said, I don't think any starting pitcher prospect should debut as a starter. I think they should all
What?
debut in relief.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I do. I do.
No.
I
No, okay,
do.
so you're adhering to, like, the Alex Reyes situation,
Well, yeah,
right?
that didn't work quite so well, but yeah.
No, it didn't.
Mhm.
The Rays do this, and it drives us nuts a lot.
Mhm.
I mean, I know there are others, like Aaron Ashby has been
Mhm.
going through. I'm really excited this week that he's finally gonna be starting. But man, so you want that, like Tanner Houck, all that confusion? I think it's maddening, and I think it's something where these guys, like you're saying, in the sake of helping them to make it less hurt when they arrive. Is that the idea?
So there's so much pressure on a pitcher just to perform regardless of their prospect orientation or not,
Mhm.
right? And it is
Oh.
very rare. The stories of appearing and dominating immediately are quite rare. Like the
Mhm.
golden goose is the Steven Strasburg, and to be honest, have we seen anything that comes even close to Steven Strasburg's debut?
Just, I mean, his goatee, we haven't even seen anything close to that either. So,
Exactly. I
yeah.
do think it would be beneficial to these guys are taking a big jump from AAA to the MLB, right? There's a
Sure.
considerable jump in talent that is happening there. You're facing the best hitters in the world.
Right.
Let them set them up for success. Give them an opener. The other reason it popped into my head, Romanza Contreras had a really good start today. He didn't even really have his best stuff. He was able to
Right.
elevate his four seamers up, and that was great. His slider was a little bit inconsistent, but I think he had 5 innings pitched with like 5 Ks. I think he had maybe 1 or 2 walks, no earned runs. And
Mhm.
I do really think that a big reason for his success was he was able to come up with Pittsburgh, take the pressure off of being a starting pitcher, get to know major league hitters a little bit more, and have success. And listen, you hit the nail on the head. The Rays do it. That's a pretty good model to
Yeah,
follow.
yeah, I understand. I hate it, and I'll never let you do that again. Just don't own a team, okay? Don't be a team owner. Don't
That's
institute
fine.
this. I
I'll
need
take
my
it.
fun. Don't take
Yeah,
my
yeah.
fun away from me.
Okay.
All
I
right?
understand that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The thing I want to talk about, you're gonna hate too, because you're like, no, you shouldn't be talking about this, Nick. And I don't care. I'm letting it loose fast. I have
All
so
right. Let's hear
many,
it.
I have so many
Take your
stat
pants
ideas.
off.
Well, how did you know what I was gonna say? Uh, I'm obsessed with hard contact rate, and I believe, and I had this rant earlier in the week during the list stream. I just believe so hard. Alexander Chase did a really great job identifying that, hey, hard hit percentage with Baseball Savant is over batted ball event, and we should be using it for hitters across plate appearances. It just tells a better story. It's just a better indication of success. Same also with pitchers. When we see hard hit allowed on a strikeout pitcher, totally different than it is with like Dallas Keuchel, because ultimately there are fewer hard hit balls, right? And I realize the same thing applies to pitch types. If we do, I'm doing hard hit percentage, or sorry, hard contact relative to batted ball events. But a lot of times guys are using these in situations where you want to know, if I throw a curveball, what are the chances of this pitch resulting in a hard hit ball? And I
Okay.
haven't had the time to do the research on this and actually, put out this article and win that FSWA award to combat you. And maybe I will, but this is just haunting my mind of just, I believe if we do hard hit over 100 pitches thrown, instead of over plate appearance or over batted ball event, I think we'll have a better indication of that pitch's success in the field. And then you can go even another level and say, if we take strike percentage and then in some way um, put in hard contact, it could be kind of minus hard contact percentage, something along those lines. Essentially saying, is he throwing strikes and how often are those strikes getting demolished? I think there's a lot you can do there. And I can't get this thought out of my mind. And the reason I'm saying it is because I know that I'm so busy that I can't just like spend a week doing this. And it needs to go out into the world. I might work with some of our guys. I don't know, but I can't get my mind out of it.
This is too nerdy. Don't want to talk about it anymore. It's too nerdy for baseball talk. This is the baseball show. This is not the end of the other stuff. This is too nerdy. It's too nerdy. I don't care. This podcast, Alex doesn't care about stats. B. Wait, there's a B.
I know.
I went to Snopes.com and I looked up strike percentage, and it said it was fake news. It said it was fully fake news, Nick. I'm not gonna let you put strike percentage.
When you go, tonight, you're in bed, you're thinking about, oh man, all the woes of Tokyo today. You're worried about that. You're gonna reflect back on this and go, oh, that Nick Pollack. I think he's finally answered what foul balls are about. And oh yeah, I sent you that thing too. And that's another conversation for another week. But fine. Let's move on. Let's move on to our next segment, and hopefully it's not a void, because I believe you have a new base hits to show.
We do.
So Eric, if you wanna roll the tape as Alex describes us, please.
I'm very excited.
It isn't Freddie Peralta. It's Eric Lauer.
Let's run it one more time. Eric, can we get it back?
We got it. Let's roll it again.
Not a black void.
No, it's just me. I mean, this is my void looking at you.
Oh wow.
All day.
You stare at the void. The void. Okay, we got the void.
I wish we could have just had just your face, the ending just plastered of that, the bug-eyed look, and just staring at the camera.
I will say,
yeah,
I do think it was very funny. I learned my lesson last time we did this, because I made it about Alex Cobb, and he was pitching that night. And the stat that we referenced in the base hits, which was how Alex Cobb was the only qualified pitcher to have not given up a barrel.
How many?
Was moot, just fully moot. So this one is not moot, and for the
No.
purposes of this conversation, we should get into it. This was a little bit surprising to me. If you listened to On the Corner last night, Nick ruined it like a dingus.
Well,
But
I mean, yeah, but you couldn't get that one past me. You made it back to like, oh, you're not gonna know this. Like, oh, I know this one.
I tried to get it past
Fair.
you, just like his fastball. I tried to get it
Yeah,
past
there it
you,
is.
and I couldn't get it past you. And this was the top swinging strike rate on four seamers right now. It belongs to a Milwaukee Brewer, but it's not Brandon Woodruff, and it's not Freddie Peralta. It's Eric Lauer.
Yeah, it is.
That's insane. That's
Yeah.
insane to me.
Yeah, it is.
Does that not surprise you with all the great four seamers?
Well, surprising is suggesting as if like I wasn't aware of this and haven't been tracking it from the start. He was at 22.5%. Now it's down to 20%. You know, he had one start where it wasn't double digits. It was only four whiffs in that four seamer. I was like, ah. But yeah, Eric Lauer is doing. I mean, he's doing better than I thought. I remember in the offseason, I was like, oh, hey, maybe Eric Lauer is good, thinking he'd be at 92.5 on his fastball, but he's been at 93.5 or actually like 94 a lot. Like, what? It's really, really cool. And it's a good base hits. Maybe Eric can try again because we actually played the video.
Yeah, let's give him another shot. Let's give him another shot.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. Base hits.
I'm ready.
Roll the tape.
The best swinging strike rate on a four-seam fastball belongs to a Milwaukee Brewer, but it isn't Brandon Woodruff. It isn't Freddie Peralta. It's Eric Lauer.
Yeah,
we did it. We did it.
Woo!
We did it.
All
We
right.
did it. Now, Nick,
All right.
are you a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan?
I love their greatest hits album.
You love their greatest hits album.
I don't really like much else, just that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
that's
because
fine.
there's a conversation to be had about how One Hot Minute is actually maybe the best Red Hot Chili Peppers album, and maybe that's a conversation for a different day. But I'm kind of ready to defend that take with anyone.
Well, I'm sure Chris Towers, we can get him, and he'll talk about it with you. I will say I was upset in that Lauer video for two reasons. One, you got a foul tip, so it didn't feel as legitimate of a whiff, and two, it was only at 93. That dude pumps 96 at times. And you gave me a 93 foul tip for my boy Eric Lauer.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to throw my fantastic editor, Josh Sperry, under the bus. He chooses the clips. I just got this green screen. I will say, though, all joking aside, Josh Sperry is a wizard. There was a part in this base hits where I said, it is, and then he cut away to a big video of John Cena. And I nixed it.
Nice.
So there is a director's cut of that out there.
Yeah, hopefully he can put that one out. And I got to say, he did it against Ronald Acuna, which I'm amazed that Sperry allowed to do as a massive Atlanta fan. But I guess, fast, we've gotten to that point in our show that we have to take a quick break. And what we want to talk about today is, if you're listening to this soon, we're going to be on Apple Podcasts. We're on all the places you're going to be. If you're listening to this on the main feed, this is the last time it's going to be on the main feed. It's only going to be on that Nick and Alex Baseball Show podcast feed on Apple, not on the Fantasy Baseball feed. So make sure you subscribe to that. You don't miss it every single week. This is easily the most fun podcast I do now. I got to say, this is so entertaining and I absolutely love it. Where, it's not just about the numbers. It's not the talking heads. It's just us talking about our favorite thing. That's baseball.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that whole thing about hard contact that made me take a snooze. But you know what we should do too? Do you have any beverage? You have a beverage you're drinking this week?
I do, actually.
What is it? Water.
It's water. Yeah. I'm a Hydro homie, baby.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a nice Golden Road mango cart. Real good stuff.
Wow, the whole cart?
The whole cart. They took the whole cart and they're gonna but seriously, listen, we obviously understand that you got to subscribe to a whole new feed. It's worth it. We promise. This is only going to get better and better each week, this show, as we get more and more refined. So make sure you subscribe as we get onto Apple Podcasts. We're going to be doing plenty of sweet giveaways, a lot of good merch. Nick is wearing some of it. We had some new Kershaw merch come out.
Right. Tatiaga is out, so make sure you get that before he returns from the IL so you can support him. But we've got a new segment coming. What is it, Fast?
We've got a new segment. This comes straight from the noodle and Nick Pollack, and this is called Image of the Week.
Oh yeah. Oh, this
Image
is fun.
of the Week.
Image of the week.
What we're
Yeah.
going to do is we're going to see a screen cap of a particular event that we saw this past week. And this is just an image that stuck out to us that we just love. And the first image that came to mind for me, something that when I closed my eyes at night, this is what I saw. And that was Joe Kelly just putting his hands up to the side after picking. This was fantastic. Just turning and smiling like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I mean,
What are you doing?
He's had some great quotes this week.
He's been on fire, man.
Yeah, he absolutely would. You know, he was talking about the whole Josh Donaldson things again. He's suspended for 1 game. He's saying, I got suspended for 8 for making a face. You know,
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
we were all Kelly this week. Just the way he was like, Donaldson's a jerk. Like, that guy sucks. Look at that face. that's definitely there's a like. All right, let's do this real quick. Top 3 guys you would like to get a drink with wearing a major league uniform right now.
Can I say Luke Weaver? Because with our talking pitching,
awesome.
that was just the deal. I was like, hey man, like this will be a blast. I would love to also sit down with Marcus Stroman. What a guy.
That's a good one.
And I mean, I'm just gonna do my crush Sandy Alcantara because hi, what's up, Sandy? How you doing?
Okay.
What's going on?
I would like to. I'll say I would like to get a beer with Joe Kelly.
Oh yeah.
I would like to go paintballing with Max Scherzer.
Well, that wasn't on the list.
I made it up. I made it up, and then I would also like to.
Wait, on or against the Max Scherzer?
No.
his
I'm
team?
on Max Scherzer's team.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, all right. I'm with you there. Yeah.
And then I think I would like to go curling with Joey Votto.
And Scott Chu.
Yeah, and Scott Chu.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, those are good picks. I mean, I
Okay.
didn't know I could not just get beers, but all right, that's fine. You do.
That's okay.
It's your rules, Fast. So I've got an image too. I actually put it out on Twitter. But I just think this is Alex Cobb reacting after he allowed a home run to Pete Alonso. And look at this. Look at just this. Like, you don't really think about yourself so much and how you are showcasing to the world. Hi, this is me, Alex Cobb.
Sure.
I'm reminded of that improv video of like actors who say a sentence and then make it dance, like motion. That's what this feels like to me with Alex Cobb, with his glove behind him awkwardly and his, hand by his crotch. And this whole inning can be represented in this. Like, we had 2 infield singles. Yeah, there it is. Beautiful, beautiful job, Eric.
What a great
Two infield singles. A foul ball that landed on the line. I literally skipped through it thinking it was a foul ball, and it somehow landed on the line. Darren Ruff fell into the netting trying to catch it, which then resulted in a second and third. You get Pete Alonso up. The rule of thumb, you throw a breaking ball to the big guy with guys on base, and everyone knows Alex Cobb throws first pitch curveballs. He threw one that's far inside. Well, Pete Alonso yanks it left center field and gone. That pitch ain't coming back. And it's 5-2 all of a sudden. And this is right after it. Just, there was your luck gone. All your expected stats, it can be summed up. They're getting thrown out of that glove.
I don't remember who it was that I saw on Twitter. It might have been Justin Mason. No, it was Vlad Sedler responding to Justin Mason, where it was like, you want to talk about Ruff in the outfield. Like, it was Darren Ruff does not need to be playing defensive positions, because that was that attempted catch that he had was pretty brutal. But this brings up one other thing, Nick.
Sure. Do they have someone named Darren Fairway? I know.
What was your are there any other home run body languages of note that stick out to you? Because for me, the top of all time is still the time that I think it was David Robertson. Robertson fully turned into a wacky waving inflatable arm, man. You know what I mean?
No. There's Yasiel Puig's home run in the World Series, and Eduardo takes his glove and slams it into the ground.
That was good, but I've never seen a man turn into a liquid. It was like an X-Men when he puts his face to the bars and his face starts to bleed through the bars because
there is also, though, a pitcher does this. He does the The squat. Which
Oh,
you
yeah.
see me now. You know that one? And
Yeah.
they go all
We
the way
had
down.
Trevor May do that this year when he gave
Yeah.
up one to Juan
Nick
Soto, I
Pivetta
think.
does it all the time. You know.
Yeah. I
Sorry,
like
the
the
camera didn't
crouch.
pan with me. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you got to get a nicer camera if it's going to be panning with you. Yeah, I'm not sure that. Yeah, it was this is why you shouldn't just be listening to the podcast. You should be watching live on twitch.tv/pitcherlist because it's you're missing out on all this
It's a
hashtag
live
physical
show,
comedy.
guys. It's a live show. It'll be
Hashtag
on
physical
YouTube
comedy.
on the Pitcherless channel tomorrow as well. So definitely
Now,
go check that out.
That was wild, but it isn't as wild as some of the wild thoughts that Nick Pollack has about baseball each week in and out. Nick, you wouldn't tell Eric and I in the notes what the wild thought was. So here we are. We're waiting with bated breath. What is it?
Okay, first of all, I had this segment so that Fast and I we each have a wild thought for you. And Fast writes in the notes, I truly have no wild thoughts.
I have no wild thoughts.
This is like the anti pickup line. Okay. Hey, I truly have no wild thoughts.
I got nothing.
I want to challenge you over time. Maybe 1 week. I'm going to ask you every single week and you're going to say no. But that one time, you're gonna say yes, I've got it. But I have a wild thought.
I'm not even like trying to be stubborn. Like I literally sat on the couch and I was like, I'm so
you're
boring. I'm so by the book that I just don't know.
Well, let me tell you, Fast. I want it to be that you have the winners of the division. Now, I've thought about this a lot.
Oh,
I wonder. Oh, you have something. Oh,
I do.
You do really. Wow. Okay, great, amazing. I've always thought, what is the toughest division? Is it the one with the most parity? Or is it the one with the 3 amazing teams and 2 weak ones, right? There's an argument to be made because they keep going against each other. Is it always the one that has 102 win teams, or is it a lot of the ones that are the 90-91? So it's not fair necessarily if you have fewer wins than the other teams, right? But you have a lower seed because you just had a tougher division. So in an effort for baseball to say, all right, we recognize this lack of parity and we want the game to be removed from the 3 true outcomes. If you win your division to determine the number 1 seed of the league, it goes to the team that collectively struck out the least. And it's showcasing have success without striking out and by putting the ball in play. That's my wild thought of the day.
Does seed matter?
That's a good question. Maybe you can even award. I mean, I've talked before. I'm not going to do a wild thought about my ridiculous seeding of like every team above 500 makes the playoffs and then there are buys. I would go in so far to say that there would be a bye given to this team.
Is that a good thing?
Yes.
I feel like some teams are like, I just want to keep going. I don't want 6 or 7 days off.
I feel like that's a fallacy of because the team won, it was the correct thing, but not understanding the probabilities of that team winning or not.
Okay.
You want to remove all chance of losing in the first round. And I don't believe that the added bonus of the momentum is worth the probability of just not making it to that round in the first place.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I got you.
Right. How do you like this? Do you want this wild thought to come to fruition fast?
No. No,
I don't either. I want more strikeouts. I'm a pitching guy. I want to see the ball flail around and look stupid.
Yeah. I don't. The only reason I don't is because I don't know if it would necessarily impact strategy enough. I think people would be like, that's going to help us win games the most. We'll take our luck as a second seed.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what is your wild thought? You were excited.
You made me fully remember. And it is something that I actually think we should do. Like as a league, I believe in this.
What do we got?
It would be difficult, but I believe in it.
Okay. I'm excited.
I want a relegation system.
Yes.
I want it.
God, yes.
I really want it. I want
get your Orioles out of here. You don't deserve Adley Rutschman.
Fine by me. I want 5 or 6 expansion teams.
Yeah.
I want a 12 team league. That's a B league. right? You can still
12
have
is
your minor league system or
impressive.
whatever. Well, because you need plenty. And the thing is, you can still have just like a soccer team. You can still have an MLB stadium size because theoretically, the point is you're going to get to the big leagues, right? You're going to be able to
Yeah.
still get called up. So you still want a stadium where you're going to be able to fill 40, 50,000 people or whatever. Okay.
Mhm.
But you can't make it 4 or 5 teams. You need to make it large enough that you're going to have a considerable amount of teams that people can play one another. Okay.
Mhm.
And that I think is going to be the biggest way to make sure people are not tanking. And it's going to make the end of the season so much more exciting for so many different clubs. I just think it would be, I love that they do it in soccer. I just love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. So here's one problem, and this is the biggest
Okay.
issue I personally have come across when it comes to relegation. Because in general, I adore it. Right. I just want more competitiveness from teams, and that's the way you do it. The trade deadline will suck then, because no team will want to give away something that's legitimately good at the risk of getting relegated. And that
Mm.
is tough. The amazing, like, trade Turner Max Scherzer deals and Yu Darvish getting dealt and Zach Gallen and Jazz Chisholm. I mean, maybe that one, they both felt like they won that one. But you understand what I mean. It makes that day worse. Is that a worthy, sacrifice? Probably. But there is that element that we can't ignore.
It's an interesting thing to think about, right? Because then it's also, hey, we're actually slightly below a 500 team. Should we be trading for someone who's going to keep us up? Or is there going to be like, there is
Right,
no
but they're not gonna
way?
give them up, though. Who's gonna give it up?
It's an interesting point. It's a really
Yeah.
interesting point. It's an interesting point.
Maybe to get relegated, you have to be bad for 2 straight years or something
Oh,
along those
that I
lines.
kind of dig.
So if
That's
you're gonna be a
that's kind of
free
fun and
agent, then you might
funky.
be able to get rid of it. So
That's kind of
you gotta
fun.
do it every 3 years or something along those lines. I don't know. But yeah, I'm all for relegation. Actually, we have a bonus wild thought today, Fast.
Oh,
Bonus!
okay.
This is
Bonus.
from Eric Mura. And Eric, I mean, if you wanna say it, you can. Bring this up and we'll talk about it. Looks like you got a good one.
I think if the batter can catch the pitch barehanded without dropping it, they should be allowed to throw it instead of hit it.
Well, there you go. From the top of the mountains himself with that lovely echo.
If
I
so,
I kind of dig this. So if they can catch the ball that's thrown to them, they can then wind up and throw it into the field for a hit.
Zach Greinke's career would have been over years and years ago.
Jamie Moyer, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just years and years ago. Like just that it would have just been ruined.
Maybe you have to do like 3 in a row. And then
No, no,
something like that. Just the first one. Yeah. To make
no,
it
just the first
harder.
one. Although knuckleballers are living the dream.
Yeah, right.
That's
Yeah, I will say I've certainly been, like, served a pitch and, like, I caught it and threw it back to the guy. I'm like, "No, no, don't hit me, please, like, I need a better one."
that brings up an interesting question. Nick, right now, you are
Yes.
standing at home plate on Yankee Stadium.
Oh,
Okay.
what?
You've Jamie Moyer, and if that's the case, you just lost the lead to the Baltimore Orioles, and it's 6-5 in the top of the 11th inning.
Why would you do this?
Can't just had to get that in there. You've caught a ball from Zach Greinke, and how far can you throw it?
How far can I throw it?
Yeah,
Just
how
like you're
far
just
can you
asking
throw
in
it?
general, how far can I throw a baseball?
Right now, how far do you think you could throw the ball from home plate?
Oh god, my arm is destroyed right now. I don't know. Probably like 250 feet.
Where is that?
200?
In the middle,
Yeah, it doesn't
okay.
read. Maybe like it's maybe I can hit the warning track in left field.
You
I mean,
think you could hit the warning track?
I used to be able to do that.
You think you could hit the warning track?
I used to be able to do that. We used to do like long toss at like 150 feet, and there was always more that we could do.
Okay. I think I could maybe get to the pitcher's mound.
No. Okay.
No,
Okay.
I could get it to the outfield.
Let me think about this better. Like 150 feet is where we would do long toss. I remember we would have challenges of like from the 300 foot to try like from home plate, try and throw it over the fence, and I would be able to do it then. But it was still a struggle to do that, you know? So probably, I mean, I would. I'd probably throw like 200 and change. So that's like, I take the infield grass and like halfway to the warning track, probably. But probably farther.
Okay. We'll find out. One day we're gonna find out. One day we're
Yeah,
gonna find out.
one day we'll find out when like I'm like, oh hey, my arm is absolute trash, and it's gonna be great.
We truly had some very wild thoughts, not just from you, but from me and from Eric as
Yeah,
well. But
Eric.
that's not the only wild thing we
Mm.
have in this podcast. We have
No.
another wild thing, which is Nick scouting hitters. And it isn't just Scout's honor that's wild. There's actually something pretty crazy that happened in this clip that's pretty wild as well. So to break it down for us, why don't we throw it to Mr. Scout Nick?
What is happening? How you doing? Scout's honor here. And look at this at bat. We're going to see this looping around. This is an embarrassment. I cannot believe this. Okay, so you got to understand this at bat starts at 2-0, and you're going to see the strikeout right here. This is the best pitch. I understand. That's okay. Well, let's go back to the first one right now because I got my notepad. I wrote this down. This is a 2-0 pitch. What are you doing? That pitch is a curveball that you should be swinging at a 2-0 and starts outside, never gets to the plate, and you're chasing it. I just don't understand. And then you have the 2-1 pitch where it's up and away, never comes back down. And once again, Marte is jumping out of his shoes. And it's just a problem. It's an indication of this entire season from Ketel Marte. You're wondering what's going on. Strikeout rate is up 6 points to 22%. You have a swing strike rate up from sub 10% levels, we're talking like 8% to about 12%. The whole thing, swing up to 34%. Look, Ketel Marte, don't swing at that. That's just a wrong approach. It's just a wrong mentality at the plate. He's lost, guys. I don't know what to tell you about Ketel Marte. Maybe he can get it in his head to relax and get back to the better choices. But right now, I don't have much faith. I mean, we're deep in the season now. Spring training's long gone. We're 6+ weeks. Ketel Marte is supposed to be better than this. And I remember seeing this before in other bats with like Walker Buehler, for example, and just making the wrong choices and the wrong counts. And not looking great. Then there you go. Scout's honor for next week. Enjoy it.
It seems like he very much just got caught guessing, right? Like he was clearly
why guessing at that? I mean, like you can guess and great. If he's
totally.
guessing, then don't swing at that one. You know, there's like no, I don't, the only scenario I can see is that at 2-0, he's so on a curveball that he's jumping out of his shoes to hit one because he was right. And you have to be more disciplined than that. Just because you're correct in that one, you get to a 3-0 count, then you're going to get a fastball. Awesome. Even way easier to hit than that 2-0 curveball that was down and away, right? It's those kind of decisions that can make or break a guy because the talent is there. He can crush the ball. His max EV is the same as last year. But Ketel Marte is just making the wrong decisions, and maybe it's just a mental think fast thing, but it's so lost right now, and it's frustrating me.
I didn't see the first two pitches. How bad did 1-0 and 2-0 miss?
Those were fastballs that were just way out of the zone and just easy taste. Yeah.
So let's pivot here too and talk about who is this? Justin Steele, right?
Justin Steele.
That to me encapsulates one of the most exciting things about pitching right now, which is a man who missed with 2 4-seamers and on a 2-0 count says, I'm going with a breaking pitch. Now, it's not a great pitch. And as you said, a more disciplined hitter is not going to swing and miss in that. But that clearly represents an ideological change that I am all about, which is there's no such thing as a fastball count.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I think it's the way to be. It's why you see guys like Hunter Green throw so hard, throw more sliders than fastballs, right? I look forward to more discussion on that one, but we don't want to bore the non-nerds, you know? We got baseball.
I don't think there was no stats or numbers in there. I think that I think that's kind of like an exciting thing to think about. Like
fair enough.
Pitching is changing.
Sequencing is getting better is what's happening. And now you can use fastballs like Shane Mcclanahan as a surprise pitch as opposed to the thing that they're always sitting. It's great.
Surprise fastball.
Ha! Fastball.
Ah! Oh my god. No idea. Fastball.
Fastball. Ah!
Oh wow. Oh my god. I'm digging the Scout's honor. But I do think that there's also Eric. It seems like you have another question.
Yeah, you got another question for us.
You wanted to add more Eric. I think I'm always down for more Eric.
Yeah, more Eric is great.
All right, guys. Where would you build a minor league park tomorrow? And what would be your opening day theme to get fans into the building?
Oh, that's good. All right. I'm sure you have a place in mind right now. I want one. Okay, yeah, go ahead. You got it.
No, I don't. So go ahead.
I want a minor league stadium that's legitimately in a major city. I don't want to just kind of like where there isn't much baseball. A lot of places where there isn't a major team, they have some sort of minor league stadium. I want one like where Madison Square Garden is, right? I want to
Interesting.
make it like the major event that is allowed then to be the ridiculousness, right? So I want to make it so that everybody on opening night, if you're wearing a clown nose, you get a free Cracker Jack. That's what I
Just
would
one.
just one kernel or
One.
one peanut that's inside of it. Yeah.
That's good. I don't know. My original thought was going to be like fill that terrible void in the Midwest in which there are like literally no baseball stadiums that you could have.
Mm.
Um, but then I do kind of like your idea of like I was watching a video where it was the like a basketball game that happened on an aircraft carrier.
Oh yeah,
A
right.
couple
The
like
college stuff they did this like tip-off
let's
tournament. It
do
was
some
insane.
like wonky stuff like that. Like where could we? I don't know if we could do a baseball stadium on an aircraft carrier. I don't think that answers the question. My original answer was like Nashville. I think Nashville would be a
Yeah.
lot of fun. I think maybe my answer is going to be Portland. There was that great documentary, The Battered Bastards of Baseball, about like weird baseball happening in Portland.
But don't they have the Portland Sea Dogs? Don't they have a minor league stadium there?
Oh, maybe they do, but then I want to switch it up then and have them be what they kind of used to be, which was like more kind of what the Savannah Bananas are doing right now. Like
That's so
honestly,
good. That's so
let that
good.
dude be the commissioner of a league.
Yeah.
Like that's amazing. The things that they do with like the 70-year-old cheerleaders and the banana of the game, like the baby banana of the
Jake
game.
Peavy pitching with his gold glove is the greatest thing ever.
That's amazing. So let's get more opportunities to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for this. I think this is a wonderful pick. And do you have a certain theme that you would do?
What do you mean a theme?
Well, yeah, the first night, part of the question was not necessarily the place, but where, or sorry, what would be the event? For me, it was a clown nose and the free single Cracker Jack. What would be your event that would bring people into the stadium and get them in their seats?
You got to get fans in there.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta do
How
it.
am I getting fans in there? At one point, one fan has to pitch, and at one point, one fan gets to hit.
Oh man, that's
And
pretty good.
the other manager gets to choose
Chooses.
when it is.
Yeah, right. And so it's got to be bases loaded because then you'll just do an intentional walk and get a run. You know,
Does that ever happen?
you got it. Well, yeah, maybe you just want a free walk. Okay, all right.
No. But
Start
you know
the
what I
night.
mean? Like, if
Yeah.
you're a manager, like, am I going to wait until? Like, I'm obviously going to wait until the biggest high leverage situation. But like,
Sure. Yeah, right. I think that's great. I would absolutely be in the stands there. But the thing is, so the manager gets to choose who it is, which means that
yeah,
I mean, I'm too,
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I got to look like an old
Manager
man or something.
manager doesn't get to choose who it is. Manager gets to choose when it happens.
When? So okay, so who chooses who it is?
The manager who gets to do it. Like, so like
All
you and
right.
I are managing a game, and I'm like,
Mm.
okay, Nick has to do something right now, and then you get to choose who that person is.
Hey, who knows how to throw a fastball?
Yeah, exactly. To make it more complicated, I get one veto,
Okay.
but if I
Yeah.
do veto, then you get to do it twice.
Sure. Yeah, that's pretty fun. I
Okay.
think this. I think see that's your wild thought. That should have just been, I think, once a game that teams
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah, that's
See,
a good
you're
point.
so capable of this.
It's
You
the
give yourself
pressure, I guess.
such a little credit. Oh,
It's just
man.
the pressure.
You're gonna
Listen,
be
when
thinking
you
about
get
it all
a
week now.
when you get a sports Emmy, your mind just just thinks different. Just thinks different.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna move on. We have another wonderful segment. I mean, how could we not do this one? This is pitch of the week. And fast. I mean, what do we do with this? What is this segment
Well,
about?
we wanted to break down one particular pitch that we saw that kind of either excites us or, it really can be anything about that pitch, a pitch that we want to see improve, a pitch that we think is really fantastic, a pitch that we're obsessed with. I think you probably went with a pitch that you're currently obsessed with this week, and I went with a pitch that kind of blew my mind this week. So why
Yeah.
don't you go ahead and start with your pitch? What's a pitch that you've been watching, or maybe it's two of them, that you've really been thinking about a lot?
Yeah. So I'm cheating. I'm already cheating. Okay. And I wore
Yeah.
my NOLA Day shirt because I wanted to support his teammate. And I'm choosing Zach Wheeler's fastball, and he has 2 of them.
Yeah,
But
which one?
it's just so wonderful
Mm.
how they are just as good as ever. Zach Wheeler's four-seamer has a 16% swing strike rate this year. That's so good. That's so good. He's upped its O swing to 36%. We talk about the velocity of it being down. It's been at 96 recently, not the 97 of last year. But you're seeing all these swing strikes right now as he messed around with the Atlanta hitters. Like, those are four-seamers. Now, his sinker, meanwhile, is maintaining the greatest thing. He has the highest O swing of any sinker out there, 51%.
Wow.
That means when he throws this pitch, half of the time when it's out of the zone, they're swinging at it. That's crazy. And what you get are these outs, and you get these foul balls as they start on the plate and they go inside to righties. He does it like clockwork. It's so effective. And I got to say, the strike rates of these are insane. Only Kevin Gausman's fastball was close to Zach Wheeler's strike rate on his fastball. 70%. Sorry, 80% on Wheeler's fastball is crazy good, especially when you only allow a 227 average on it. Well, that's on the four-seamer. And on the sinker, that's a 72% strike rate. Insane. 66% ground ball rate, only a 15% fly ball rate. Zach Wheeler's fastballs are back again. And I think we just really got to push away any notion that he is not an ace anymore. I gave him his ace is going to ace tag this week. Zach Wheeler is just so wonderful, and those fastballs are some of the best in the game.
That's a good one. I got a test for you. How quickly can you get a baseball?
Give me 0 seconds.
Go. Got it. Perfect. Great. You did it. You beat your time. So was watching a little bit of baseball. That is kind of my pitch of the week. I was going to go with something else, but now I'm going to go ahead and go with this. And it's Shane Mcclanahan's changeup.
Oh yeah, he throws he throws it like this, right? Yeah.
So
I saw your gif of it.
It's wild, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, but here's the thing though: is it a maybe
No,
because you
it's
can't?
actually maybe a split one.
It looks like it's a split, right? So that's the thing. He's not throwing a circle change because I mean, at least I don't think he's throwing a circle change. But the way that the way that his wrist works on this, I've never seen a splitter that does.
Okay. No, I know I think I know what this is.
All right, go tell us.
Well, I want to see it one more time. I want to see how that finger
have you ever
comes off the
usually
ball.
when you see a splitter, you see it like the Strahan, right? Where he's kind of like, got that large split going, but I've never seen it kind of on the side of the pitch.
Yeah, so this is kind of strange. So he's coming out the side of it like this, and he's rolling over it that way, which surprises me. Actually, when I thought it would be more like this, where he uses his index finger off of this seam. But then again, that would move in the opposite direction of what it is. So he does want it to get this pronation.
The pronation, yeah.
I mean, he's doing it like this, so just because he's lefty and all. But that's pretty cool. It's strange. It's not a normal circle. I think he's just trying to get as much as he can turning over, just twisting that way, as opposed to the normal one where it comes over like that and trying to work with the seam shifted wake. So it's pretty. I mean, that threw me for a loop as well. But it's not a split because you can see that that's full on coming out like this, as opposed to trying to stay down and releasing with the ball to the ball.
So
it's a beautiful pitch.
I'd be curious to see too. It seems like he's putting a lot of pressure. He's applying a lot of pressure both to the inside of his index finger on his left hand and kind of driving the ball through as he pronates with that middle finger, which is kind of fun to see. And then what's exciting about this pitch too, the way that it just makes this sharp left turn. I mean, it really is the perfect pitch in this scenario. I believe it's coming to Jesus Aguilar here. That thing looks juicy. It looks like it's coming right towards the barrel of the bat, and he swings. I mean, it goes right. He looks like he times up the swing pretty well.
Yeah,
but he executes it so incredibly well. And there's a reason why it's his best pitch by now by swinging strike rate,
which is crazy to me because I've been all about the breakers, and Mcclanahan has embraced this changeup and it's done well. I mean, I saw tonight Jorge Soler just take one that looked like down the middle because he was just like, I don't know what to do with this. He thought it would fall out of the zone or it might be a breaker, and it's just like, no, here it is, strike three. Casey Abai.
Do you know what? He's thrown 133 changeups. Okay, 133 changeups, pretty significant.
Yeah.
What is the WOBA on his changeup?
Oh, the WOBA. I'm gonna say it's 0.72.
It's less.
Oh wow, what do we got?
29.
29. Just say 29 won't, but you want some Woback at 29 for you.
Let's
Yeah,
see,
that's
just
pretty
because I
terrible.
know you were talking about hard contact over 100%, let's take a look at how many actual balls in play he's allowed off
Mhm.
that changeup as we go to Baseball Savant. He's allowed 17 batted ball events on that changeup with a 29 WOBA.
Oh, yeah, that's not great for hitters, great for Mcclanahan. And then of course, he has a fastball that's improved all of a sudden, and his breakers are amazing. And what do you know? Shane Mcclanahan is making all of us a Mcclanahan fan. Go get your shirt at shop.pitcherlist.com. Come to the Pitcherlist store, get your Mcclanahan shirts. They're amazing. That's all I got. Yeah.
All right,
Look at
Nick,
that
we're
plug.
running out of time here, but we have a few
What?
segments that we want to get to, especially because we do want to get to that giveaway too. But we have one thing before we get to the giveaway. Take it away.
Okay. All right. So, fast. We did this last week. We would like to ask this every week. We can only do the team once.
Mhm.
Okay. And I took this question: who would win the World Series? And I made it easy. It was the Marlins. How could I not? With Sandy Alcantara and Pablo Lopez just being so amazing. I ask it to you this time, and I feel like I know the answer. I know it's gonna be. I wonder what shirt you're wearing.
Mhm.
Who would Alex Fast pick to choose the World Series? But Fast, who is gonna win the World Series?
The winner of the 2022
Don't say it. Don't say it.
World Series
No. Don't
is
say no.
the St. Louis Cardinals.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, the Baltimore Orioles.
No!
It is the Baltimore. Listen, we have to choose a team each week, so it's always going to be the team that I'm feeling pretty good about. And what better time to choose the Baltimore Orioles? Listen, did they just blow a lead in the bottom of the 11th and lose to the Yankees 7-6? Yes, they did. Did they have
Did
a
they
great
really?
win against
Aw,
the? Yeah, they
I'm
did.
sorry.
Yeah,
You need those.
that's okay.
You need those for your morale.
That's all right.
Sorry,
Did
buddy.
they have
Orioles, I
two?
guess.
Did, did they have
Eric.
two walk-off wins against the Rays last week? You bet they did. It's hard not to be excited about Adley Rutschman, and obviously that's the person that I wanted to key in on, right? The biggest prospect in all of baseball just got called up. It wasn't a sold-out crowd in his debut, but it was a really big crowd as we go ahead and take a look at his triple. Yes, triple, ruled a triple in his debut game. There was a really incredible moment too for Adley when he first got called up and he just stood on home plate. He walked around in a circle and he just took it all in.
Yeah,
Now,
that was
obviously,
cool. I loved it.
he's not really, hitting like crazy right now. He's had like 3 or 4 games, but
Yeah, more like
really
subtractly Rutschman.
boo. Can we mute him? Eric, can you mute him? I don't think I cut him off when he was talking about who's winning the World Series last week. When Adley came up last week, he had his first at bat against Jeffrey Springs, and he looked completely nervous. Springs threw, I think, like 3 changeups or 4 changeups, and he just looked absolutely out of his element. It just seems like it was like, okay, maybe the little pressure has gotten to him. He came up in his second at bat. He saw those exact same changeups, and he just completely spat on them. And it was so exciting to see a certain level of composure from a prospect like that, who clearly had the jitters in the first at bat, and then was fully able to recover in his second at bat. And it showed a certain level of composure. I've had people say it's one of the best left-handed swings that they've ever seen, which is exciting to hear, because if he's going to be a switch hitter, he's got to be pretty darn good from both sides of the plate. Now, obviously, the Orioles are, well, no, I'm not even going to give it a caveat. They look fantastic right now. They're really exciting, and it's the beginning of something for the Baltimore fan base, right? We've had a lot of awfulness, and now it's the beginning.
If Kyle Bradish fixed out that cut on his fastball, I think itself was a little bit too much from Corbin Burns' fastball in 2019.
Yeah.
He maybe lean into that more or figure out making straight again. There's a lot of promise there in that slider. Obviously, Means is unfortunate, but maybe Bruce Zimmerman comes together. And hey, Damien mentioned Grayson Rodriguez, which is a wonderful, hopefully a yellow sun Rodriguez as it shines brightly through the year. And I can't wait for that. That could be within the next week or so. Who knows?
Hopefully he comes out of the pen first.
Oh my Lord. Don't you dare. You don't even want that as an Oriole.
No, and it won't.
You don't at all.
They're going to stretch him out.
But I hope you're right. I hope baseball is better when teams like the Orioles are successful. It makes fun stories. It makes a great time. As we watch once again the Adley Rutschman triple, which was such a joy. So good luck. Good luck in your prediction, Fast.
Thank you. Thank you.
So now is the time. We put up the graphic before. Don't show it again, Eric. We want to reward those that were here at the beginning of the show. If you remember those stats I gave you before about that mystery pitcher from the Pitcherless Player page, put their last name into chat right now. And if you do, you can win a free month of PL Plus. As we do it fast, I do want to say, I want to give you a chance to guess who it was. I know that, it may be giving away to some of our listeners right now. That's fine. But do you have a good idea of who that pitcher was?
I do. I do think I know who it was. I did not
Okay.
look. I do. Last week I had a pretty good idea. I did not look. I do think it was Alex Cobb.
And
I
why is
think it was
that?
Alex Cobb because you mentioned the ERA, which is clearly elevated. No pitcher is getting like quote unquote unluckier right now than Alex
Right.
Cobb, and the strict differentiation between the elevated ERA in the eyes of the or no, not the eyes. What am I saying? The strict differentiation between the ERA and the hard contact points me to the fact that this is a guy who's just going to keep getting better. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say Cobb.
All right. Well, before we conclude that one and make sure if your guess is Cobb to put it into the chat, if you guess a different one, well, then put that one into chat. We're going to go to our final segment today. And this is Hype of the Week. What is this, Fast?
This is the thing that we're most excited about to watch this week with some of these upcoming matchups over the course of the week. What are we looking forward to? What are we going to be tuning in? What are we going to be paying special attention to this week?
Yeah, I have two things. I have two.
Okay.
I mentioned one before, so I'm not really going to use that one, which is Aaron Ashby getting a proper chance in the rotation. Hopefully he looks good right away because, we've been excited about Aaron Ashby for a while. Last year, the Boston Pitcher List meetup, after we went to Fenway Park, we're at a restaurant and stuff, we're with everybody. I had to put my phone on the right side of the table as I'm in the corner because I had to watch Aaron Ashby in his game right then because I was so excited that he was starting. And he hasn't really had that rhythm today, or the season, I should say. And now finally with the Peralta injury, there is a silver lining in that Ashby does get consistent starts now. And hopefully that pans out for him. So I'm worried for that. But the real thing, I gotta say, it was awesome to see Michael Kopech toss 97 plus finally. I had my concerns.
Yeah.
I was, seeing Kopech throw 91, 92 after that 41 pitch second inning. I didn't know if you'd see that major man. Even in the previous starts, it was 94, 95. This start was insane. 94, 97.4 on the fastball, breakers for strikes. And I don't know if it was just the situation, the stage of it on ESPN and Yankee Stadium and all the drama between the White Sox and the Yankees, if he really brought it. And I can't wait to watch the next start. I want to see it a second time. And if he does, this is going to be nice. It's going to be so juicy, tasty. What is that? What's that thing of the cook? That's so tasty. That one. That I can't wait. I hope he does it.
All right, cool. It's a little callback to what we just talked about, but I'm going to be watching Adley all week, right?
What? Get out of here.
I know. I want to see that first home run. I just want to see his first home run as a Baltimore Oriole. I don't care when it happens. I don't care where it happens. I just want to see it. It's fun to be able to watch a prospect that you've been waiting for a long time for. Oh, you know what's weird? I got a weird, tiny little mini story before we wrap up here.
Oh, yeah?
No one's going to think this is weird. I told my wife this, and she was like, why would you even share this publicly?
Yeah, of course. What do you got?
The day Adley Rutschman got drafted, Chris and I were on our honeymoon in a bamboo forest in Japan. I ordered an Adley Rutschman jersey that day from Japan. Intense zoom, just to drive it home. Real intense zoom. just really give the full grasp and weight.
I didn't believe him until the zoom.
Yeah, until the zoom. The day he premiered, I was wearing that Adley Rutschman jersey, and we went to a garden with some friends, and we were in a bamboo forest, and it was beautiful and full circle.
Oh,
and I can't wait to watch Adley Rutschman all year. I'm hoping the Zoom for those watching made you feel as if you were really there inside of the story with me.
Yeah, there it is again.
I really want you to feel like you are in it. Just come closer. I got a little.
I have a lot of things to say about this. I mean, first of all, the idea that you went with friends to a garden is absolutely what normal 40-year-olds do. And second of all, what happens first, Fast? Adley Rutschman hits his first home run, or Grayson Rodriguez throws his first pitch in the majors?
Adley hits his first home run.
I'm going to root for Grayson for you.
That's fine. It's a win-win for me, babe.
Yeah, right. Or maybe that means Grayson's up in August. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that is gonna do it, Fast. We did another episode of the Nick and Pollack, not Nick Pollack, I'm sorry, Nick and Alex baseball podcast or show. I'm butchering this as I'm trying to get the giveaway up. I got to give away the people. I got to get the people PO Plus. Who won it? It's Panther Pro 22. I know. I'm not. You've hosted for 300 episodes of On the Corner, right? This is my number 2. The Panther Pro 22. Congratulations. DM me on Twitter. You get a free month of PO Plus. But that is going to do it for this episode of the Nick and Alex Baseball Show. Thank you all so much for watching on Twitch, 10 p.m. Eastern Time every Tuesday. And those listening, I hope you enjoy the show. But my name is Nick Pollack.
I'm Alex Fast, and we'll talk to you guys next week.